Hi, my name is April, and I'm the Peaceful Wife. You can find my blog at www.peacefulwife.com. Today, I would like us to talk about how we can ask to have the connection that we want with our husbands, or for the single ladies, with your boyfriend or your fiance, and some things that don't work and some things that probably would work a lot better. First of all, I at least, and some other women I know, tend to do is we want to say, you never spend time with me. I want you to spend some time with me. Why aren't you spending more time with me? I feel disconnected. I feel unloved. Or, you're always spending time with your friends. You need to spend more time with me. Or, I want us to spend time together. You need to stop what you're doing right now and spend time with me. Those kinds of things are not going to get you the connection that you want with your man. If we approach our husbands or our boyfriends with demands, nagging, we try to control or force them to do what we want, or we give them directives. You must do this. You need to do this. You should do this. We will not get very good responses because men don't like to be told what to do. I mean, honestly, nobody likes to be told what to do, but men really do not like to be told what to do. So it is our approach that a lot of times is the reason we don't get what we want. If we can change our approach and use more suggestions or sharing our feelings without blaming our men, or if we can just very simply speak our desires and what we want in a pleasant way without trying to force them, and if we can be gracious even if they say no, we will tend to get what we want a lot more often. If a wife or a girlfriend is saying, you never spend any time with me and I want you to spend time with me right now, turn off that TV and we need to spend time together. Greg, my husband, and I were talking about this, and he says that in that situation, the guy cannot do what his wife or his girlfriend asked him to do. Because if he does it, it's going to be obvious that it's not because he wanted to or because he loves her. It's just going to be because she demanded it. And so even though he probably knows that he may look like a jerk, he is probably not going to turn off the TV, and he's probably not going to spend time with her, because he needs to know that he is spending time with her because he wants to. He needs her to know that he is spending time with her because he wants to, not because she's trying to force him. So he may later that week spend some time with her, but it will be on his time, his timetable, not right then. That's why it's better, in my opinion, to ask for what we need in a more direct, pleasant, friendly, non-pressuring kind of way. For instance, you can say something like, honey, I really miss you. We haven't had much time together this week. I would love to spend some time with you soon. Or, I'm really looking forward to relaxing and just cuddling and talking with you later. That would be great. Those approaches, or even, I'm really feeling lonely. It would mean so much to me if you would hold me for a while sometime tonight. Give him the chance to be the hero. He can do what you've asked him to do because you haven't tried to force your way on him. You're not pressuring him. You're sharing your heart and your needs and your desires, which is good, but you're doing it in a way that allows him to show you his affection and attention when he's ready, and then it will actually mean something because he's giving it to you voluntarily instead of being coerced. Greg and I were also talking about, I believe that wives feel that normally, and this is probably girlfriends too, that our neutral position in a relationship with someone, especially with our man, is that we are disconnected. I believe that most of us think that we must do something to connect with somebody, that we're not connected unless we are talking with them, cuddling with them, with our husbands, or, unless we are actively doing something, praying with them, eating with them, spending time together, and of course talking. We always associate connection with talking. We feel disconnected. My husband shared with me something, and this may be true for other men too. I don't know. It would be interesting to ask your husband or your boyfriend what he thinks about this, but my husband says that for him, his neutral condition in our marriage is feeling connected. This is a huge thing. If how I normally feel, if we're not doing anything together, is I feel disconnected, but his normal feeling all the time is feeling connected, that's a big difference. And for him, he has to actively do something to feel disconnected from me. So normally, Greg says that it would normally be something that a wife would do that would make a husband feel disconnected. Like if the wife says, I don't feel connected to you, or you're not spending enough time with me, or you're failing me in some way, that would make the husband feel disconnected. This is huge because I think if we can understand that generally, if our guys are generally decent men and there's not massive sin going on, or he's not being abusive to us, and there's no huge mental health condition or anything big going on, that most guys, I think, it would be interesting to find out, feel connected all the time and have to actively do something to disconnect from their wives or from their girlfriends. If we knew that, then we could kind of just rest in their love instead of constantly wanting to see proof and constantly feeling like we need to demand words of love or actions of love or emails and text messages and stuff. So something to think about and something to ask your man about when things are going well, to ask him what he thinks. But if he feels connected to you all the time and you're the one that's feeling disconnected, then it might just be a matter of changing your perception and realizing that he feels connected to you and savoring that and resting in it. Kind of like we do with God. God is always connecting with us. We are the only ones that disconnect from him. He doesn't disconnect from us. So if we're disconnected, then it's up to us to do something to get connected back to God, to repent of that sin and abide in him again. If we're feeling disconnected with our husbands, we can ask to do things together. But it would be great if we could assume the best about them, assume that they want to connect with us, that they do feel connected to us, instead of assuming the worst about them. Let me know how it goes. And again, my blog is www.peacefulwife.com. And I also have a blog for the single ladies, www.peacefulsinglegirl.wordpress.com.